Lost in this hazy room, the darkness surrounds. Pulsating beats electrify the ground. I feel the energy, it's flowing through my veins.
What's up, my spiritual baddies? It's April with the Phoenix Collective. I'm here to bring you another tarot card reader. I am an intuitive and channeler, and I use tarot to bring you narrative-based therapy. Okay, we look at where we're coming from, what guides are interacting with us, where we are right now, and where we could be headed in the future if we stay on the path that we're on. But hey, you know how we do around here. If you don't like where the cards are leading you, then you can exercise your freedom of choice, your personal will, and you can make changes, right? That's why tarot is so beneficial. It allows you to check in and dipstick in on your energy, see what's going on outside of yourself, to step back and take that world view, right? That ascended view on the situation where you can check your ego. You can check the trauma that's coming up. You can see the trauma in the world around you, and you can make the next right move to quantum leap and quantum jump into your highest timeline without resistance. And that's key, okay? Resistance to the world of our dream is what holds us back from everything. It's when we start to feel like we can't do something, something is better than us, people are better than us, that we've got that, oh, what do they call that? That imposter syndrome going on, where we don't see in ourselves the value that we have. Self-limiting beliefs, okay? All of that forms resistance against the world of our dreams, okay? So we all have a higher self. The higher self, or an oversoul, whatever. I mean, I don't want to get into it because, you know, people might not be ready for that, but that is the part of us that's still in spirit realm. And our higher self knows no resistance, okay? When we're born down here, we're born with amnesia. We forget who we truly are. We are spiritual beings, right? And we're in a meat suit down here. So we start to forget who we are and what we're capable of, and forget how powerful our mind is. You guys, this world is ours for the taking. Anything you want, anything you dream of, you can attain, as long as you believe in yourself and put in the inspired action to do so. You know, you can't sit on your butt and wish and hope and pray. You got to put in some action towards that. And you've got to believe in yourself. You got to lose that resistance. And so the crucial step in this is to first lift your vibration, right? Shake off all the fucking victim mentality, the persecutor mentality, the tit for tat, that scorpionic nature, and Phoenix up out of it, right? We burn ourselves down to the finest state, who we are authentically. And then since our higher self doesn't have any resistance, it already creates that. Anytime you dream of anything or put anything out there, okay, a single thought, one single thought has its own frequency. I think it's like 6 seconds of a thought create its own frequency. So as you put out more and more of these thoughts, they all jumble together and they create these timelines that we're trying to attain. So we're putting out the frequency, but we have to maintain that frequency. And a lot of times that's letting go. That's letting go and realizing that rejection's for our protection. If a door slams, we find another one. Okay, but we don't let anything stop us from co-creating the world that we want. And once we reach that vibration, anything we want is ours. We're creating the world of our dreams here, folks. And tarot is a living, breathing tool. It's its own entity. It is. It's like music. It's exactly like music. Taylor Swift singing about people being mean and all those other things, right? We listen to those songs and we latch on to them, right? Because we can relate to them, but it creates its own meaning within us. That's the same thing tarot does. It lays out scenarios, cycles, and then we can all latch on to them, okay? Now, let's not force things to fit, folks. If it doesn't feel like your energy, it's not for you. You should already know or have a familiarity with the cards and the narrative that I'm telling. Otherwise, these cards aren't for you. But hey, don't stress. If you want your own personal private reading from me, you can do so. Just look in the description below. You will find my link to Medium Chat, and I read through medium chat most days, a good like 6 hours. I'll have that on in the background while I'm just doing my daily grind, and I can tune into you and your frequency and your scenario and give you a more personalized reading. Okay. All right. Now, also hitting the like button, following me, commenting on my page, that's a form of energy transference. And that also does the same thing. It puts your energy into what I do so I can pick up on you a little easier. All right, let's see what's going on here in the cards. Let's see. First, I got the Aquarius. I'm talking about timeline switch. This is talking about a quantum shift, the master manifestor, a higher timeline. It's exactly what I was just talking about, creating the world of our dreams by losing that resistance. And it looks like that's the energy that we're in. So we might be feeling a timeline shift. All right, you guys, there's side effects to the timeline shift, and they're not always fun. Sometimes it can create a dizziness, a disconnect from the world around you. Things that used to give you joy maybe doesn't anymore. We're kind of elevating out of who we used to be, and we're shedding a new skin. So, that'll pass. It gets harder and harder to relate to our fellows as we start to adopt a different mentality and we start to become more spiritual. Things that used to satisfy us don't anymore. Okay, we're shedding old addictive patterns and lifestyles, and we're cutting off people, and then we start to vibrate to us people that are in our same energy. And these people, and you'll be able to tell when you're hitting these people, because instead of depleting you, they will energize you. Okay, and instead of like kind of wanting to stomp on you to get ahead or playing mind games, they're cooperative with your energy. All right, they're like-minded individuals, and welcome to the collective, guys. We are definitely, those here in this collective are on this journey. We are removing substances from our body. We are no longer engaging in self-sabotaging behaviors. We're checking in with our mental health each and every day and maintaining that. We get excited when we get triggered. Hell yeah, I do. I'm like, ooh, today I got to learn something about myself. All right, there's not a single action that I take each day that I don't evaluate. If it affects other people, if it makes me start to think, if I start channeling things about the situations that I'm in, okay, that means that I need to do some shadow work. All right, Spirit brings that up, not for us to go and live in the past and become victims to it. All right, you guys all know those people. We all know those people. We have them in our family. We have them in our friends group. We work with them. The type that want to be the victims to their circumstances. Well, my family was like this and this and this to me in the past, and so now I'm like this. So that means everybody gets to suffer around you. Well, you use that as an excuse. We're not labeling our behavior here, folks. We might give it a name and assign meaning to it, but we're actually working up and through it, okay? Because we have to. We have to. Otherwise, we stay in that lower vibration, all right? Let's save the victim mentality for people that actually are victims, all right? Those that can't protect themselves and children, all right? Those that are vulnerable to their surroundings. Those are the only true victims, right? If you don't like your circumstances, maybe it's time to change them. And I'm not trying to be mean, but there are people out there that want to help. And speaking of help, if you are sober curious, if you are at that point where you're just starting to kind of vibe away from the lower people, that cutting them out because you don't feel safe in your surroundings, you can't get ahead, you start to realize that the environment that you're in is not stable and it's not helping you lose that resistance, then you can get a hold of me. Drop me a message on Messenger or put your name in the comment field, and I will reach out to you personally, and we can discuss how you can start the journey to authenticity. Okay. The company that I work for, New Era, does have recovery and sober livings throughout the U.S. So I'm here to help with that journey. Hey, and I'm telling you, when you find help and you find where you belong and you're in the right environment and you start to thrive, you're going to forget all about the past. All right. And it's possible. Because we got some first house energy as well. We got first and second house going on. Okay. And these are, this is Aries and Taurus. And the Aries is the baby of the zodiac. They're my baby bosses, okay? They're definitely here to effect change. They're trailblazers, or they're leaders. They're not afraid of hard work. Okay, they're a little overzealous sometimes, and they might be a little snappy and fiery, but hey, they know where they're going and what they want to attain. They just have to make sure they're doing it without reckless abandonment and not just fucking hurting everybody in the process. All right, but once in the upright, and this card showed up in the upright today, in the upright, it is the self. Okay, redefining who you are. All right, and so with this massive timeline shift, this master manipulator, we do start to get a new identity because we start remembering who we are. So we're losing all the qualities and characteristics that were used to be holding us back. Self-pity, self-loathing, victim mentality, people-pleasing, selfish nature, just six sad human games, manipulative tactics, okay? We're starting to be cooperative with others and gaining footing. Okay, and that's what I'm picking up. I'm picking up on my baby bosses today. Yeah, you're starting to be a leader and know who you are and own it and wear it and be proud of it. All right, and when we start to do so, when we get back to our authentic nature, I'm telling you, guys, everything in this world has a vibration. Okay, in our emotional states, every one of them have a vibration. It used to be thought of that love held this highest vibration, but we know better now. We know better now. Love is definitely a gateway to the authentic nature, which when you are in your true authentic nature, that is the highest vibration that can be attained. Right? And that takes love. So love is right underneath it, but having self-love is an integral part into then becoming vulnerable and accepting who you are authentically. And once you do so, you get into the second house, you guys. It's all a big cycle. It's all a wheel. We're all going through that zodiacal placement in our life to attain this, okay? Once we do that, then check it out. We've had this card before. It popped up in the last 2 readings, all right? And this is money and value. When you value yourself, you magnetize yourself. You start acting in that root chakra energy to be receptive, cooperative, and with other people. So it's a builder energy. It's a 22 energy. And I saw 22 like 3 times today, so that's why I'm bringing that up. It's a builder energy. You might not have started with everything you needed, but you were building and gaining that, and now you're starting to magnetize the rewards. So let's jump into this reading. I'm going to pull some more cards. I'm going to shuffle, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, let's check in with our prana. Let's move out any energy that doesn't serve us through our breath work. Breathing in the life force energy, our prana. Breathing out anything that doesn't serve us, okay? We're clearing ourselves of self-limiting beliefs, evil eye, words from other people, stuff that cloud us during the day, that runs through our mind and gets stuffed into our subconscious. It leaks in there slowly, guys, and we start to adopt it. As people say stuff to us that maybe we have some familiarity with, maybe we have some beliefs inside of ourselves that are true, we latch on to those and they hurt us. Okay, let's check that and remove anything that doesn't serve us. Recognize the people and the environments that are for us. Let's move forward in this reading. Okay. I'm smiling because this is a good reading, guys. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcanas, which means we are entering a massive period in our life that is changing everything. So it's a major timeline shift, okay, into the higher vibes. All right. So I mean, I'm connecting into some high vibe problems, which are they're new. So I'm not saying that they're not problems. These are definitely real issues that are afflicting you, but they are for those on a higher timeline. So, you know what I mean? First world problems here, guys. We are definitely moving into a period where we are balanced. Okay, so I'm sensing calm. I mean, this is the happiest freaking card in the deck, and it's been following us in every reading I have done in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. All right, that it's a period of joy, success, celebration, positivity. I feel the joy of being alive. There should be gratitude each day for the things that you have. Now, this comes with a new kind of the ascension sicknesses of shifting timelines. We're learning how to regulate our nervous system. When things bother us, it doesn't matter if it's a high vibe problem or a low vibe problem. We need to recognize that and look at it and say, what is this telling me about my experience? All right. And I'm feeling those of you that have been living your life. And hold on, my kid's calling me. All right. So as I was saying, high vibe problems. Okay. That we are entering a period of balance in our life. Things are calm. We're not used to that. We're used to being in a survival mode consistently, always having to fight, always starting over again, always lifting ourselves up from our bootstraps and having to find a new place to live, a new place to go. We're putting out fires everywhere around us. And we're living in a constant state of trauma from this, never really getting that peace to sit down and heal. Okay. So Spirit has given you this new peace and this new energy, right? Inspiration of creativity. I seize today's energy to celebrate and create my vision. So guess what? Well, your body may be in crisis mode because it's not used to feeling this. This is a gift to you. It's a time for you to continue your healing and then to take that and move forward in a creative project. Okay, this is purpose stuff here, guys. Okay, so once we attend to self, then we start to give back to the greater collective. So Spirit is kind of redirecting you, reorganizing you, giving you some quiet time to work on this. Because, baby, there's a lot coming at you. Okay, there's a lot coming at you, and it's going to come in super, super fast, and you need to not take this time to be dwelling and waiting for that shoe to drop, because you're used to that happening. But you need to be seeking out. This is the Hierophant. I can find belonging with people that accept me for who I am. Okay, this is church, spiritual groups. This can be, organizations, business, AA groups, NA groups, okay, fellowship, all right? And that within those organizations, so you really need to find where you belong. Get in where you fit in right now, okay? Get in where you fit in. Surround yourself with like-minded people that are on your same vibe, because together, you guys, we're going to do this all together. And I'm telling you, Dolores Cannon, she's awesome. She has such a simple, easy, direct way of communicating our purpose here on Earth. Okay, those of you that are coming up and out of a struggling time, you have such a powerful purpose in your life. Okay, and all it is to heal yourself, remember who you are, and make meaning to give back to the greater collective and vibrate at your authenticity. We're lifting the vibration of the planet, okay? And then what vibrates together attracts. So we are attracting like-minded people. And the more and more of us, your only job is to vibrate high. That's it. That's it. Super, 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 super simple. Heal yourself and vibrate to attract. Okay, so that we can lift our vibration as a collective species of humans out of these lower natures and break off into this new earth. Okay, and this is you guys, everybody in the spirit realm, all these other planets are watching us. We're the greatest show happening right now, because this is a pivotal time for the collective. This time. This breaking off from the Kali Yuga into the golden age, because everybody is wondering, are we going to do it? Are we going to be able to do it? You know, they're cheering us on. All right. We do have a shot at this as the planet wakes up and we start to remember who we are. Badass beings of light here to help one another and co-create a beautiful new earth. All right. So this I'm talking to my light workers and my Lunarians and my star seeds, and most of my readings are for those that are, you know, we've come up through the shit, you know, to find our, you know, like my life is everything I have is brought to you through suffering. Okay, and bad choices. But as I start to make better ones and remember who I am, I start to attract and help heal others. Okay, so you're going to be successful. All right, so this time of period, this time of calm is meaningful. It's meant to help you recognize the stress when it comes up and start adopting new tools to deal with that stress. Okay, and to help self-regulate your body, to keep your chakras aligned. It's rituals, it's tools, it's meditation, it's coloring, it's talking to people, it's getting out there and sharing, you know, what you're going through. So, because you're not alone, you guys, we're not alone. Open up your mouth. You're going to find that, like, most of us are suffering. We're all humans. We're all spiritual beings living this human existence. All right. And we're only going to do it together. And it's new. We're on this fool's journey. This is the 0 card. It's the beginning, because we just ended a cycle. Now we're in this period of calm that our body's like, what the fuck is going on? Because we're not used to it. We're not used to it. All right. And life is, we got a lot of time on our hands. So when we feel that stress and that idle time, we can't be a victim to our mind, because our mind will take us to some bad places if we let it. All right. So we need to, instead of reaching for those Cheetos, reaching for that tall boy at the bar, or, you know, going out and spending all your money before you even get it, gambling it away, or, you know, spending it on, you know, fast cars and loose ladies, you know, those things are fun until they're not. All right. At the end of the day, you're still left with yourself. So engaging in new practices, yoga, walking, talking, you know, just breath work. Okay. And it may sound boring, but it's not. It's not. Okay. If you call happiness boredom, you know, and right now it might feel that way, but trust me, it's all going to come with time, and it's going to start coming fast. All right. Because through death, this new beginning, we get this new beginning, right? That's the past. That it will always be part of you. It will always be part of you, but it's not meant to go back and dwell in. It's meant to go back into access. It's kind of your little Rolodex of, you have this problem? Well, let me tell you this, to access it and help others. All right. They just become part of our narrative of strength and hope, you know, and without experiences, we fail to relate. So they were necessary part. All right. So this is the only bad card that I'm picking up, you guys. This is the only one. It's not even a bad card. I call this my tweaker card. Let's look at this guy. He's got 9 swords there, but only 3 really can pierce his head. This is, all of those swords represent fear. All right? But only 3 of those swords are really real. The rest of it is the bullshit you're making up. You're creating problems you don't have, okay? I mean, come on. We all know the boogeyman's not real, but if we shut the lights off, we can create them really, really quick. So let's not create problems that we don't have. Let's not get stuck in a false narrative that we're creating for ourselves. Narrative-based therapy is looking at your past and the story that you've created for yourself, and then looking at where you're at now and the tools you have now to change that narrative. Let's change the narrative, folks, okay? Because honestly, it's holding us back from our emotional fulfillment here, our emotional new beginning. And that's where you're headed. So once we start to realize that fear is nothing more than false evidence appearing real, we learn to self-regulate and pinpoint where that fear is coming from and discarding it. All right? And placing our energy and our thoughts in new practices, okay? And surrounding ourselves with new people that vibrate at our same frequency. They'll pour back into us, and we won't have time to even think about that shit, okay? And I definitely, in the spirit realm, I got Haziel, and Haziel is divine forgiveness. So, you know, it's important to forgive ourselves for our past, guys. Okay? Forgiving ourselves and forgiving those around us is really, really important. It keeps us off the karmic wheel. It will keep us from coming back and incarnating on the planet with the same people and the same bullshit. If we can let that go, right? And then attaining new friendships and favors the great. It secures promises. Okay? So that everything that you're working on can materialize and manifest into this emotional new beginning. Okay? And fucking A, 10 of Cups or 10 of Pentacles. All right? I act to heal the trauma of my forebears and set better precedent for the future. So we're removing generational trauma. Okay? And beliefs that say that this is where I come from, and so this is where I'm going. We're getting out of that hood mentality of feeling like we were born into oppression and now we must stay there. Okay? And honestly, Spirit's protecting you. It's protecting you from the people of the past, and it's protecting you from those that don't want to see you succeed, and yourself. All right? Because I definitely see that you've got somebody coming in to help. And Spirit can't tell me what. It's a surprise. But looks like it's a rich guy and a nice guy. No strings attached, okay? This guy isn't looking for a piece of ass. He actually sees you for who you are and wants to help you. It's a friend that's going to help you secure these promises in this new beginning, okay? This new vision that you are trying to create for yourself. Okay, your inspirations, your desires, where you're headed. All right? All right, I'm going to end it there. Mwah, hey. Slow down for a minute. So I want to remind you that we're all on different phases of the self-healing journey. Okay? So please be kind and respectful and give love and compassion to those that aren't here where you are yet. All right? Because we've been there. All right? And then be kind to yourself. Because we're all spiritual beings suffering this human condition together. Love and light. Namaste.